Good morning. Happy Wednesday. So I want to talk to you today about how to not be a failure. How to not suck at life. I feel like when you start resolutions at the beginning of the year, happy 2017 by the way, it's so easy to 1 week later feel like a failure, feel like you've made all these wonderful resolutions and then boom, they drop off. So here's the deal. When you make resolutions, I used to be queen of this and I've really tried to change my habits. When you make resolutions, pick one thing. One. Not a million. I know we do a laundry list of I'm going to go to church more and I'm going to get in shape and I'm going to stop drinking and I'm going to start eating healthy and I'm going to do all these things. And then here comes the 2nd of January 2017. It's a Monday. You come and rolling off the holidays, which you've been just stuffing your face and you've just been all over the place, out of your routine. Then you try to get back into a routine and add on 11 billion resolutions. So by Wednesday, you're already feeling like you're in a funk. Or maybe you're killing it. Maybe you're on day 3 of your resolutions and you're like, look at me go, 2017 is my jam. Either way, you've got to set yourself up for success. So I want you to pick one thing you want to change in 2017. Is it your finances? Is it your health? Is it your time with your family? Is it all of these things combined? So if you've got a lot of things that you want to see shifted in your life, I want you to write those things down. And then I want you to pick one thing that will create a domino effect and roll everything else down. So for me, when I first really wanted a big change, Corey was like 6 months old. I was working like a crazy person. I was working like 50, 60 hours a week and I wasn't feeling super good in shape because obviously I just had a baby and I was trying to get back in shape. And so it was just kind of like in a funk. It was the very beginning of the year. It was January and I was like, what can I do to change things? So I decided the first and most important thing is I had to feel better about me, had to. Because everything else after you feel good about you steamrolls into positivity. Once you can feel good about you, then everything else starts to come into place. Work seems to get better. Your personal life seems to get better. Your relationship seems to get better. You're less irritable. You handle things in stride. It's this magical vortex of happiness when you feel good about you. So how do you do that? Number 1, find somebody to support you. I happen to be a coach, so if you need help, reach out. But seriously, find somebody who you can go to that can either be a mentor or a coach or a support system outside of your inner circle. Because you need somebody to tell the nitty gritty. You need somebody to talk to and say, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. Tell me what to do and help me make sure I stick with it. Because if you're counting on only yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure. You already have the entire world on your shoulders. You've got to have somebody else pull you up. There's 2 kinds of power and there's 2 kinds of strength, either pushing down and pulling up. So you need somebody who can be that person and that strength to pull you up. So reach out to that person, whatever form or fashion that needs to be, and focus on feeling 100% like your very best self. For me, that means personal development. It has been a game changer. If you need suggestions on what to read, please let me know. I would love to tell you. I am not a reader at all. I'm telling you, every book I put up in front of my face leads to me sleeping. But I've learned how to listen to audio. I've learned how to really be interactive when I read, and I really have dived in, and it has changed my world. Other things that you should consider is, what are you doing to be active? What are you doing to fuel your body? But I'm telling you, if you focus on yourself first, you'll feel 1,000 times better. When I decided to do that and Corey was 6 months old, 30 days later, I felt a million times different than I ever thought I could feel. I was way happier. I had a complete different vision for my life. And a year later, my life looked totally different financially, personally, physically, with my relationships. My career changed, all because I took one tiny step to say, for 30 days, I'm going to focus on myself. I'm not going to get overwhelmed with trying to say I'm going to do 1,000 different resolutions. I'm going to do one, and that's going to be to take care of me and to get myself feeling 100%. And when I did that, everything else steamrolled, and honestly, it's still going through this domino effect. 2 years after that decision, I'm still on this downward spiral of fabulousness. Are there ebbs and flows? Of course. Do you slip back and go back and forth? Of course. But number 1, most important, find yourself that support system that's going to pull you up out of whatever funk you might be in. Even if it's a funk this big or a funk this big, doesn't matter. Find that person, reach out to that person, and get the ball rolling. But don't put the pressure all on you. Don't think you're going to do it by yourself. If you haven't told anybody your resolutions, you're already set up to fail. You got to put it out into the universe if you ever want it to happen. So get that goal, whatever that one resolution is going to be, put it out into the universe, drop it in the comments below so that it's out there and somebody knows about it, and then you have to be held accountable. If you say it to no one on day 4 when it doesn't happen, it's easy to just slide back into business as usual and be like, just kidding, maybe next year, 2018, maybe will be my year. Anyway, I wanted to pop in and say, you're not a failure. You don't suck. You got this. You're amazing. 2017 is your year to shine. And here's the good part. If you drop in the comments below somebody who may be interested in joining a challenge group with me, or somebody who you think that might be beneficial, might benefit from me as their coach, maybe it's you, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, comment below, tag your friends. If you comment below or you tag somebody, I will throw you into a raffle for a free tub of Energize, which is a super clean, all natural pre-workout that you can either use as a pre-workout or just to get your little self up and going. So if you stay to the end of the video, you get this extra prize. Comment below, tag a friend, and you'll go into a raffle. I'll announce it first thing in the morning. Hope you're having an amazing day. Go make that resolution and put it out into the world.